My name is Danya Croft, and I'm in EDM 310 at the University of South Alabama. I'm in Botticelli group, and I'm here to show you some basics on working with the smartboard. First thing we're going to do is we're going to turn the power on with this button here. It will turn green, and I will hear the motor running. That's how we know that it's coming on. It does take a little bit of time, so we will wait. Be patient with me, and we'll get this thing going. Okay, and here is our blue screen. This is how we know the thing is coming on. Whenever it does come to the regular screen that looks like a regular computer screen, we're going to calibrate the screen first. There is a keyboard button as well as, see, there it is, as well as a mouse button, and what we're going to want to do is press those at the same time, and then this screen will come up. And what we're going to need to do is push each cross that we see so that we can get the screen nice and centered, so that whenever we put our lesson plan up, it's going to be centered and exactly where we want it to be. The first thing we'll do is we'll turn on our smart notebook. Double click that. Okay, so here is our startup page.
Can you show me how to work with text?
Sure. Let's see, we're going to tap on the screen, and then we're going to pull up the keyboard. Okay, and then we just start typing in there what we want our text to be, and then hit enter, and then we can minimize the screen. So you see here that I've got my text box, and I can enlarge it, and I can move it. I can make it spin. I can make it stay sideways. See, I can also make it shrink, and I can also make it completely disappear. Okay?
Can you show me how to work with the objects?
Yes, we've got a tab over here on the side that has picture frame in there, so we know that there's going to be pictures involved in this. So one of the things that we might want to look at is the toolkit that has graphics on there, and let's look at some pictures. Let's see what we want to do with that. Is there anything cool? I see a star that might be kind of neat. A check mark. Is there anything else on there? A question mark? That's good. So we've got this text on here, and let's say that I love this check mark a lot. One thing I want to do is I want to be able to duplicate that all over the screen so I can hit the corner and then the infinite copy button, the infinite clone, and then I can start moving it and making clones of it. Anywhere that I want to all over the screen. I can also do it with the star, hit this top corner button, infinite cloner, and then move those as well. Okay, I can also take my regular question mark and move it wherever I want to. Now, in order to get rid of all these, I can just try to make this large box that incorporates everything that I put in there, and you see all the clones have been squared out here. And I'm going to hit one of them, it doesn't matter which one, and then hit delete, and then they all go away. There we go. And except for the originals. And the original, there's a figure 8 here that I'm going to want to push and deselect. And then I can go back in and delete that, as well as this check mark. Okay, so I have deleted all those, and we're back at blank slate.
Can you show me a fun way to use object animation to hide and reveal feedback?
Yes. Okay, let's see. Let's go back up here to our pictures, and let's see, do I want to do that? Okay, I want to teach science, so I'm going to go back up here to Gallery Essentials, and I'm going to look up Science and Technology, and let's see here. Let's look up symbols, and then there's pictures of these symbols, and we can look up the alpha mark here. We can also look up delta. So I have these up here, and let's just say, I'm just goofing off, and I asked the students about acceleration, and acceleration, the symbol for that is alpha. So let's say that I want to hide this, and so I'll click on the alpha, and then I'll come over here to this tab. That's not what I want. I'll click on this tab that keeps trying to pull me the keyboard, and then go to Fill Effects, where I'm going to try to make this transparent. I'm going to move this over as far as I can, and then go to Object Animation, and then the type, I want it to fade in, and I want it to do that anytime that I click on the square. So whenever I go over here, you see it has disappeared. But what I can do whenever I ask the students, what is the acceleration symbol, they can say alpha, and then I look up here and tap it, and they can see if they're right or wrong. Same thing with the delta. If I want to, let's make that fade out whenever I tap it. So I can come over here and make that transparent also, hit Object Animation, but what I want to do here, instead of fade in, I want it to fade out. And I want it to do that whenever I click it. So what I can do is I can have this here, and whenever I tap it, it'll fade out. Okay? So now what I want to do is I want to erase everything, so I need to click the mouse button and clear page, and everything disappears.
What is a fun way to use multimedia objects?
Okay, multimedia, let's go back over here to the frame, and I'm going to go to, let's see, Toolkit also, and go to Games and Multimedia. So we see the dice here, and I'm going to choose a nice red one, and I'm going to choose a nice pink one. Nice clashing colors. Okay, we can take these and we can move these around. You can watch it spin all nice, and this would be really good for teaching the kids numbers. That would be for elementary. You could teach probability like you might in genetics whenever you're talking about what is the likelihood that this will show up in genetics. And so you just, there we go. Trying to be a little fussy. But anyway, they can just spin these. And then it's more interactive and more interesting for them whenever they're learning something, because they don't have to just look at it on a piece of paper. And okay, let me get this other deleted, and then we're good. Okay.
How can I take notes on a website and save it to a file?
Okay, let's see. One thing that we can do is we can go to Google Chrome, and we can use one of our pens here. I'm going to use green. That's another thing that I'll show you in just a minute. I'm going to pull up my website, my blog post. Give me just a second. Let's see. Let's see if it works this way. Okay, so I've gotten my web address typed out, and I can just hit the letters right there, and then this is what will pop up. These little double A's, I want to hit those, and it's going to tell me to tap the screen wherever I want that address to go. So I'm going to go up there, and then it's going to give me my options. Well, there, since I just had the front start of it, it kind of tells me the closest thing to it, so I can tap right there, and my blog post should pop up here. And the last blog post that we had done on Randy Posh. And so this is one thing, you can just use this just like you would a regular computer screen, going up and down. If I wanted to use a blue pen, say, to write some kind of important note, like this is his name, I can do that. I can take another type of color here and draw arrows over here so that you can notice that. I can take the green and say, don't forget this is important. And what we can do with this is we can copy out a capture shot of this screen so that we can hand it out to our students if we need to. That way, if there's a test, this is nice study notes for them. So what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to capture this, and we'll go up here to Smart Ink and click on that arrow, and then this is the screen that will pop up. There's a camera with the word capture beside it. We want to tap that, and then it did not do it, so I'm going to do it again. Okay, now I notice that it actually took the capture. So I can go back here. Is it there?
Mhm.
Okay, there's the captured shot. I'm going to go back here and I can erase this still because it's still nice and active. So I'm going to erase all these. Thanks for being quite stubborn. Okay, so now I'm back to my original screen. So one thing that I can do here is I can go back to the notes that I had, and it's saved on Smart Notebook, and then go back to the web page, just however I need to do. And that's how you do that. Okay, that's it. Thanks.